There's something hauntingly beautiful about a ghost town. Deserted streets, broken shop windows, and buildings quietly surrendering to time. It's almost as if these places are caught in an eternal moment, a pause between the past and the present. But if walls could talk, what stories would they tell? Today we'll explore the ghost towns of America, places where history lingers, untold and unforgettable. Let's start in Bodie, California, a town frozen in a state of arrested decay. Once a booming gold rush settlement in the late 1800s, Bodie at its peak was home to nearly 10,000 people. It had saloons, gambling halls, and opium dens lining its main street, a wild hub of ambition and lawlessness. But when the gold ran out, people left in droves. By 1940, Bodie was abandoned. Today, it stands eerily intact, as if the townsfolk might return at any moment. Step into its old church, or peer through the dusty glass of its general store, and you'll feel like you've walked into a snapshot of another century. From the Wild West, let's turn towards the desert sands of Arizona. In the shadow of the Superstition Mountains lies the quiet remains of Goldfield Ghost Town. During its heyday in the 1890s, this was a bustling gold mining town. But fate was cruel. The ore veins dried up, and by 1926, Goldfield was a ghost town. Today, it's been partially reconstructed, offering visitors a glimpse into a bygone era. Walking its streets or riding the narrow-gauge train, you're reminded of the dreams of fortune that brought settlers here, and of the unforgiving realities that sent them away. Further east, within the Appalachian Mountains of Pennsylvania, lies Centralia, a place with a different ghost story. This wasn't a boomtown abandoned by gold fever. Centralia was a thriving coal town until a coal seam fire ignited beneath its surface in 1962. The fire still burns today, filling the air with smoke and toxic fumes, forcing nearly all its residents to leave. Streets crumble, and homes have vanished, leaving behind an apocalyptic landscape. Centralia is a reminder not just of what we build, but of what we destroy. And then there's Cahaba, Alabama, the state's first capital. Once a political and economic hub in the early 19th century, floods and shifting trade routes turned it into a ghost town by the Civil War. Now, ruins of homes and crumbling brick streets quietly whisper the stories of lives once lived. Each ghost town holds a piece of America's untold story, a tale of ambition, resilience, and sometimes tragedy. They remind us that history isn't just written in textbooks. It's etched into the empty streets and weathered walls of places we leave behind. What will be left of us when our stories fade? That's up to us to decide.